Hello everyone and welcome to Project Virtual Conference 2018. My name is Alan Rocha and today I'm going to be presenting to you about personalized project management through Project Online, bots and artificial intelligence. It is a very hot topic, so let's get started. A quick introduction about myself. My name is Alan Rocha. I'm an author, speaker, and recently a daddy. I'm today working as a manager at Proactive AS in Denmark, and I'm also a founder for PMauto.ai. I have been working on the project and portfolio management field for the last 15 years, so it's really committed to the area, and I'm very passionate about it. One of the proofs actually is because I wrote 3 books about the subject. So the last book is actually Microsoft Project 2016. So please take a look. They are it's 700 pages about the product. It's a very deep technical information that you can find over there. I'm also a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional, an MVP for the last 8 years, which I'm very proud of. So feel free to follow us on our website, alanrocha.com or proactive.dk. So let's get started then. One of the things that I would like to show you, and this is our agenda for this session, is I would like to give you some session takeaways, just to be sure that you are in the right session and we can actually get aligned about our expectations for the entire session. Then we jump directly into the Microsoft services. Basically, I'm going to give you a very quick overview of the services that are allowing us to build those bots using machine learning and also using a PPM tool. So I'm going to be talking about the Microsoft PPM, which is Project Online. I'm going to be talking about very briefly about the Microsoft Conversational AI tools like intelligent bots, and also show you a project bot done in the first early days. Actually, it's a version 1 of the bots. Then you will be able to compare with the newest versions that's seen in the market today. After that, I'm going to give you a quick overview of a project managed chatbot, basically showing and explaining to you what is the idea behind and why you should have and think about one of those. Then, how a chatbot for project management will interact with the users and systems. I'm going to be telling you how this actually works. We're going to be moving by how you can leverage machine learning inside a chatbot. So it's not only using the communication part, but also applying artificial intelligence and machine learning with recommendations and predictions on top of all of this and giving directly to the users. We are going to present to you, or I'm going to present to you, the future of project work, or how we envision users interacting with the tools in the future by just actually using natural language. You are going to be seeing in the end a demonstration of a real PM or project management chatbot, which was made exclusive for Project Online. In the end, we will close with the benefits of using a project management chatbot and how can this boost productivity for your users and bring some value to your organization. So let's move on and get started with the session takeaways. So this session takeaways will be, you're going to be learning how to drive more Project Online adoption with a personalized chatbot assistant. So basically how you can really engage with the users by providing them with this technology. You will understand how you can take full advantage of available cutting-edge technologies that will help you drive more business transformation. All these technologies that I'm going to be presenting to you today are already available and you can start using from tomorrow. You will experience the future of project work, which will allow your users to interact with any PPM tool using just natural language. You will sense how artificial intelligence is here to really change the way we are working with projects and helping the users more and more, giving them more accurate predictions and recommendations. You will get inspired by several different applications of machine learning into the project and portfolio management field. So I hope you are going to take a lot and can bring this home as well. And like I said, in the end, you will be able to see and watch a live demo of a chatbot made exclusive for Microsoft Project Online. So let's move on. I would like to start giving you a very quick overview about Microsoft Project Online, which is the PPM tool that we are going to be talking about today. So Microsoft Project Online is, or Microsoft PPM, it's a comprehensive and intelligent solution that can actually help companies to execute from strategy to outcome into the Microsoft Cloud. It can really help the users from the strategy part when when you can start collecting ideas, planning your projects, executing them, and even delivering those projects. And on top of all of this, you are able to collaborate, get insights, and even extend those solutions by yourself. And an example will be a chatbot that we are actually extending the solution using the Microsoft Cloud. A very important point, and what Microsoft PPM can really bring to you, it's from, like I said, from the ideation part, where it really helps you to develop your project proposals and even align with your strategy. Microsoft PPM help you to plan or actually select effectively the right portfolios and also elaborate in a very, very accurate plans for those projects to be run. You will see how you can really execute these projects in a much easy manner. The tool is really helping your users to perform better and get a much better outcome in the end. The tool that we are talking, which is the Microsoft PPM, it has all the collaboration capabilities that you need to boost the teamwork productivity. You will get very, very rich insights using Microsoft Power BI and even a free content pack that Microsoft Project Online provides to you. You can always extend these solutions with the APIs that are open source, and you can actually start developing your own customizations on top of that. So this is going to be the core system that we're going to be using today. It's Microsoft PPM. Now we are going to be talking about the Microsoft Conversation AI tools. And basically, this is another service that Microsoft is providing to everyone. It's actually already available to everyone in the market. And it's about the Conversation AI tools that can really enable anyone to connect and manage intelligent chatbots. What is really nice, and I want to actually make an announcement here, is this has recently been posted actually 1 month ago by Lily Cheng, which is Corporate Vice President of Artificial Intelligence and Research Group for Microsoft. And she actually made 9 very exciting announcements on this area. And basically, I'm going to only be focusing on the project personality chat. And you're going to see how this is really fun. So what I'm trying to build here is, I showed you before the Microsoft PPM. Now I'm showing you the Conversation AI tools. What we are going to be doing in this session, we are going to be combining those two in one solution for your users. Like I said, the project personality chat, it's a very, very easy way for your company to really engage with the users in different ways. For example, for small talks, while you're asking something, you can even choose which type of personality you want to get the bot to react. So if you move further, and just to give you an idea, if you just, for example, do some greetings or just ask for feedback, or maybe start making, like I said, small talks for conversation requests, the bot will be able, based on your choice, to really select which personality it should be using. So if we go for a very quick demo, which I really would like to show you because it's very, very interesting, and this will really give you a feeling of how Microsoft is moving further through the bot area. And if you go to this page, which I'm going to be sharing afterwards, and you just go for a chat demo. In this demo, basically what I can do is I can choose which type of personality I want. So let's start with the professional. And what I can say is, I'm hungry, just as a test. So look what the bot is saying on a professional matter. Maybe it's time for a snack. Let's change the personality now for friendly, and I would say the same text. So I'm hungry. Now the bot is automatically changing the way he's interacting with the user for a more friendly way. So look at this. It's now saying sounds like it's time for a snack. It's a very slight difference, but it's a personality that is a lot of research behind that. So let's go for a more humorous type. So if I say the same thing, so I'm hungry. Now you can see, look how the bot is actually making it even more fun. Eat food, problem solved, man is good at this. This is to show the power that Microsoft Conversation AI tools, it's really providing to us. We can use all of these on our way of working and interacting with the tools. And that's what I really want to show and bring the attention of all the attendees for this session today, okay? So let's move further for the entire session. And now I would like to show you a chatbot that was actually presented by Microsoft, which we call the first version of the chatbot for Microsoft PPM, and that is a short video that I would like to present to you just very, very briefly.
This
Please
is
watch
a
the
bot
video together with me.
which is built using the Microsoft bot framework, and it talks to the project online service. This is Conversations as a platform. I'm a project manager, and I'm having a real-time conversation as a human with my project management system. Let's see. So I want to know what's going on with this Eastgate project. There are so many issues going on. Who owns Eastgate? Oops, am I not typing right?
Pay attention that you
Who
can actually
owns
use any communication channel.
Eastgate?
In this case, I think he's using, and by the way, this was presented at Microsoft.
If the internet is happy, you should see an answer sometime really soon. Oh, there it is. It says the site foreman of the Eastgate project is Asaya Langer. So, okay, I'm not super happy right now. I feel that this person has messed everything up. So I want to figure out what else does this person do. Okay, what other projects does own? So I get that information. He's also working on a tax checker project, which is weird. Like, why would he work on a tax checker project? But I ignore that part. I'm a little cool down now. So what I want to do now is, I want to assign a task to this person so that they can go and do the necessary inspection for the sensor that has just fired off. So let's go and create a really complex command for this person. Say that, okay, let's create a high priority task for. Notice that spelling mistake. Let's keep going with it. In Eastgate project. I don't know who Isaiah is. Okay, let's not try that again. ISAIAH. Too much experimentation in front of a live audience is always a bad idea, but let's keep going with this. Who would you like me to?
Okay, I think that's what I want to show you. This is the version 1. And as you can see, it has a lot of bugs. It was quite slow. It doesn't have a very graphical visualization. And please keep in mind that you're going to be seeing how the future of the chatbots are today. And you can, I will share the links of this entire session that was done in Microsoft Ignite, so feel free to watch it. But I just want to show how actually this can be done, and was the version 1 that please use it to compare with the latest version. So if we move further, now I'm going to tell you about what it is a PM chatbot and why it's so important to actually have a personal project management assistant for Project Online, and why we are trying to bring your attention about that, because your users at some point will start using this and you need to prepare for that. So basically a chatbot, or all these machine learning things, is still very innovative. It's a very new topic in the market. If you're talking about 2 years ago, this was actually very, very hard to be done. Microsoft did not even have the services available for everyone, so it is still a very, very innovative idea. The chatbots actually are considered experienced because you can really combine several different profiles on top of it. So it does not need to be only a very professional guy, but it can also be a funny guy, but with all the knowledge about that specific topic. So when we are talking about a project management chatbot, always keep in mind that all that information will be there that you want, so you can know everything about your organization, your governance, and even requirements about specific projects. It's important that chatbots are mainly multi-platform, because that's one of the key points. Is it does not matter actually what is behind, because you are talking to a bot. So because it's mainly, and actually it's his principle to become a multi-platform, allow the users to actually interact with the chatbot using any communication tool. So they can actually use their preferred communication tool. Chatbot is usually adaptive, because if you build an intelligent chatbot, it should be able to really understand what your process is doing. So when we mean adaptive, it means that if you're using a Prince2 methodology, or maybe you're using a agile methodology, the bot should be able to adapt and translate this to the users. So when you're talking a PM chatbot, it is mainly a chatbot. It's a bot behind, it's a robot, just algorithms reacting to what people are asking them. But how we can bring this to another level? Actually, on top of all of this, we add machine learning. So the chatbot now, even though he knows everything about your organization, now he can even learn from previous projects and start recommending you and even predicting things that's going to happen in your projects. So that's a very, very key point. So a personal project management assistant for Project Online, it's not here to replace the project managers. Completely the opposite. It's actually here to empower them and really assist them with their most common tasks and even recommend the best approach with their projects. So all of this can only be done using cognitive services, chatbots, and Project Online. If we move further and how actually all these dots are connected, and to be honest, one of the biggest motivations to build a project management chatbot, it's really to break the wall between users and tools. So I want all of you to just imagine now a beautiful world where every user, it does not need to know anything about the interface. He does not need to know which tool you're using or which service is behind, but he can start asking questions using natural language. And the chatbot will automatically listen, understand, and translate those actions into the PPM tool, which is the Project Online environment. So this is the biggest motivation of why you need a chatbot. It's to really break this wall. There is no resistance or friction between users and the tools because they can just talk freely and they will feel comfortable to ask any questions, and the chatbot will guide the users through the right answers into the PPM tool, which in this case is Microsoft Project Online. Like I said, Microsoft Project Online, it's where you make all the configuration. The bot should be smart enough to read from that and just give that information to the users. So this slide is one of the most important ones, and I really want you to get the feeling why we are building chatbots for project management. It's don't ever think about where to click, where in the ribbon, which button I should click. Just ask and the bot will guide you through that. So how actually a chatbot works in a very, how can I say, in a broader overview, and what is actually connected to make all of this work. So we have here a PM chatbot, which is your personal project management assistant. We have the users. So the users will be talking to something called Louis. Louis is not the name of the bot, or it's not anything. Louis stands for Language Understanding Intelligent Service. Basically, Louis is the service that collect and understand what the user is saying. A very quick example is, if someone asks you, what is a risk, or create a risk, do you agree that both questions has completely different intents? So that's what Louis is doing. Louis really understanding this and tracking to the right place based on algorithms and a lot of research and machine learning. He actually learn every day when you talk to him. For example, if you start saying, Louis, create a new initiative, and Louis will say, I don't know what is initiative. Is this a project? Is this a task? And you say, no, it is a project. So from that moment, Louis will rank initiatives with a higher score. So every time you say, show all my initiatives, he knows you're talking about projects. This is the first part. Machine learning is already being in place. So the users actually get more closer to the bot because they start understanding each other. After the user is talking to the bot, the user has the freedom to choose his favorite communication channel. So basically, he can do everything using Microsoft Teams, using Skype, maybe Telegram, maybe Facebook Messenger, or even Cortana. So without even leaving your desktop, you are actually able to interact with a bot. What is really important here is it does not matter which channel you're using, but you can just interact. Maybe on the way, you are actually going to a lunch and you can just make and do your tasks using your favorite communication channel. From that point, the bot should be able to interact with your PPM solution. So your Office 365 PPM, which is Project Online. Basically, after asking, you'll be able to maybe update your timesheet or create new tasks or even request resources for your project. Everything that the Microsoft Project Online you're able to do in the interface, you're actually going to be able by just asking the bot. How we can add this to another level? And now we are connecting this bot or the chat bot with your PMO or your project management office. So now what we are doing is actually making the user to understand what is necessary to be done in that specific stage. So the bot will guide the user through your methodology. Even though if you're using maybe a Prince2 or an Agile, it does not matter, because the bot will be able to understand that and guide the users. Just a quick example. If I just say, hi bot, what is missing in my project? I would like to go to the next stage. The bot will be able to look at your internal processes and give you the right answers. You need to fill out your project charter and maybe your business case. Another very important thing is the bot can even help you to generate some documents. So this is a very, very important point, because those documents or templates can be followed in using the best practice, and you just can ask, please bot, generate a business case or generate my project charter. And based on a template that you have developed, this bot will be able to collect this information from the PPM tool and save that document into your collaboration site. Another thing that bot can also do is actually able to bring you business intelligence. So imagine that anytime I don't even know where are my reports, which dashboard I'm using, but I can ask the bot, just saying, I would like to see the resources with most availability in the next month. So it is possible to even connect to Power BI, which is the Microsoft free content pack that is built and delivered by Microsoft. Connect to that specific content pack and bring those reports live to the user. On top of all of this, we have the cognitive services that allow us to start actually making, on top of analytics and machine learning, we are able to recommend and even predict things that's going to happen with your project. So this is actually the entire view of the project. So everything that you can do now with a bot, it's actually showed on this page. And this is really important because for the user, it's a very, very seamless interaction, because he's talking only with his communication channel, only with the bot, but the bot is actually doing and talking to all of those components that seems to be complex, but is actually just talking to a friend. And this friend is a friend that knows everything about your organization and your PPM tool. Let's jump a little bit to the machine learning algorithms that can be applied for the Microsoft Project Online. And when we're talking about chatbots, what is done behind the scenes to give us this machine learning, the recommendations and predictions? We first of all need to collect the data. After we collect this data from your PPM tool, we need to process it. We need to analyze in different ways and apply some different algorithms to really train the bot and the machine learning and also learn on top of it. Based on these steps, we will start be able to predict what's going to happen. So a very good example, actually, we're going to see in a second. These are some machine learnings that you can actually apply to the Microsoft Project Online or any type of project and portfolio management tool. So you can use the machine learning to really predict the performance of your projects. So based on your KPIs and also where you are in your project, we are able to predict and tell that that project might fail because he has a red KPI on the cost. So the budget, it's also possible to even tell the user in advance and predict what will be the cost variance for that project. And by looking at different parameters like this percentage of completion and also the physical progress, we are able to actually tell how much is going to be over or under budget. Risks on your projects in the future will be actually a recommendation from this machine learning area, because you can even look at previous projects, but you can also take external factors. So just imagine that you are maybe building a new bridge and you start to build your foundation in July in Brazil, and you can actually connect this with the weather forecast for the last 10 years and predict that always in July it's a rain season and you should not start that specific project, and definitely it's going to be a risk on your project. All of this, it's going to be right into the hands of the users. Estimates. So imagine that year after year, your estimates on each one of your tasks will be more accurate than ever, because the bot or the machine learning will start telling you that this task usually takes 10 hours or maybe 20 or maybe 1 year. So based on machine learning algorithms, we're actually able today to really predict and estimate those tasks. And of course, we can also apply different methodologies and algorithms like fraud detection. So this was a very important topic while talking with other customers, because they would like to know when the project manager is maybe not giving the right feeling. So what they actually think is, sometimes the project manager has a very good feeling, so he's telling that the project is going a very good path, but in real life, or mathematically speaking, that it's impossible. That is actually a fraud. It's an anomaly across all your projects. Mathematically, this will never be happen to occur, and then you have to take attention on top of that. So the machine learning is not only to support the users, but also the PMO and the safety of your organization. Another point is how we envision the future of project work. Basically, this is what we are seeing from the next years, how people will really interact with their PPM tool. And the interaction with the PPM tool will be using natural language. All the execution of tasks will be done using natural interaction. So from the project and process, from planning and tracking and collaborating, reporting and analyzing, all of those three pillars will be done just by using natural interaction. So just try to imagine that you are going to be doing just asking to the bot to say create a new idea or create a new project, and you can say maybe submit my project to the next stage, or even update my project, and the bot will bring that information to you. You can say what are the requirements for this stage, also saying like I would like to update my KPIs, or request a resource. I need a developer for the next 3 months and starting tomorrow, or even manage risks, issues, and deliverables. This is something that it's always a problem, because people they're afraid to give so many tools to the users. Imagine that in one place you can just say create a new risk to my project, and the bot will connect you to the right location and also ask you the right questions in order to create that risk. You can also create and assign tasks on the fly. So you are in a meeting and you can just take your mobile phone and say create a task for Alan of 20 hours, and the task will be elaborate risk analysis, or maybe prepare for workshop next week. And this task will allow Alan to work. He will get that assignment, and he can even update his timesheet using the bot. So actually users can go and just say update my timesheet, and the predefined tasks of that specific moment or week, it will be preloaded for the users. These bots, and how we envision, they will also help the users to generate their documents based on templates. So you and your organization will define those templates and give them and make available for the bot. Every time I need a project charter, I just need to ask, generate a project charter. The insights will be done in one place as well. And of course, we don't want to bring and change the interface of these big tools like Power BI, so we can even connect with them. You can start building your status reports and get even like a reminder. It's Friday, it's time for you to generate your status report and share with the team. At any time that you are interacting with the bot, there is machine learning that are giving you relevant project recommendations. So this task usually take that amount of work. Alan, or maybe that resource, usually uses 80% of the time allocated to him. And not only that, but you can always ask to review project information and even get instant help. So one of the things that the bot can do is actually connect with the project online support site, which is updated by Microsoft. It's always with the latest information. So actually, if you just ask what is a baseline, how can I save a baseline, the bot will just bring that information safe for the user. So you don't need to go in several places. You don't need to actually search on any search tools. You just ask in one place, and all of this will be into the hands of the users. So a very, very important point is those chatbots, they are anywhere and they are on any device. So one very important thing is you can even embed them into your PPM tool. So when you embed them into your PPM tool, basically the user does not need to go anywhere, but it's going to be connected in the right context. Another very important point is Microsoft Project Online can be used together with Microsoft Teams, because Teams is the communication tool for Microsoft now. So inside Teams, you can just add the bot or as a friend and automatically start talking and interacting with Project Online without even know where the tool is located. Okay, so I think now it's time for a demo of our chatbot for Project Online, and I hope you enjoy because this is a very latest version of the chatbot. It's a real case and it shows a lot of scenarios. So let's go one by one. So the first scenario that we have is actually creating a new idea or a new project. So what the user need to do is just to say, okay, create a new idea. The bot should be able to provide with the user the best recommendations, and basically on the most common tasks is actually showing to the user. Now the user is able to identify which type of project he's going to create, or which type of idea, or which department I'm creating. Based on that selection, the user will be actually asked by the bot the right questions on a logical sequence according to how you have configured your Project Online environment. So what the user is doing now in the bot is actually giving the answers. So the bot already got and leave the user to review. The user in one click can save and submit that idea for approval without knowing anything of where is placed that information, on what is necessary. The bot is actually guiding the user with the questions. Now I'm going to be doing the same thing but using Cortana, which is a different communication channel. So by using Cortana, I just need to say ask bot to create a new idea. When now the bot and Cortana is getting connected, even without leaving your desktop, now the bot is asking you the same questions. And as you can see, now I'm taking an agile idea or an agile project. The same type of questions will be asked to the user. So what is the name of your idea? The name will be Bot Microsoft Demo Agile. And then when you move to the next, and actually using Cortana, all the questions will be asked on a logical sequence to the users. So now I'm asking for the description, and if I go further, it will be saved in the same way as before. So how the bots can really work, and just to give you an idea, I'm showing now the Microsoft PPM tool, which is Project Online. And if I just create a new idea, the form or the questions that are requested to the user are exactly the same questions that the bot is asking. That means when you are running a company and you actually enforce and you add some governance and some requirements, the bot will automatically translate this to the user, so they will always be complied with what you are asking. Another example is actually connecting the chatbot with the Microsoft Help and Support site. So one of the things you can do is just say, okay, what is a project manager? So in a very safe way, the bot is bringing results from the Microsoft support site and even giving recommendations. What makes a great project manager podcast by Ricardo Vargas. So you can actually start listen to that specific podcast. Another thing that you can also ask the bot is, for example, if you would like to see some examples of items or show me examples of books, the bot can even connect with the trust sources that you have selected anywhere and bring those recommendations to the user. So some examples is, for example, my book, which is Microsoft Project 2016. Moving further for the next demo. Now, a very important, how the project managers can get access to their project status. So they can just ask, show project status. Now the bot will bring all the projects that the user has access. In that point, it can even bring the most common used projects or allow the users to search for any specific project. So we are just searching for Microsoft, and I see different projects of Microsoft. When I select any specific project called PM, which is called Bot Microsoft Demo, now the bot is bringing the entire information or the status of the project. So I can actually see that I'm the ideation, I'm waiting for approval on this specific project. I can even see that there are some points of attention to be handled on this specific idea. What is really important here is without leaving this place, I'm allowing the users, or the users can even approve those ideas directly using the chatbot. If you go to the next one, you can even get 100% methodology adoption, because now I'm in initiation and the tool is waiting for input. As you can see, I have to fill out my project charter, goals and justifications, and there is even an icon telling me that there are some requirements to be met. And in those requirements, if you have done this in your PPM tool, it will be translated directly into the bot. So now what I'm saying is I want to actually add my project goal. You can just type it, my project justification, and the bot will always be asking you sequentially what is necessary for you to fill out your goals and justifications. If at any point in time, for example, if you do not know any specific information at this time, I don't know my project budget, you can skip that information and the bot will remind you later. So the bot is really assisting the project manager, giving him even a quick overview of everything he's done at the moment. And now I'm saving this directly into my PPM tool, and even a check mark telling the user that he has actually filled all the goals and justifications requirements at this point in time. If the user asks to see all the requirement information that is missing at the moment, the bot can even look at the PPM tool and bring all the requirements. For example, I would like to see my summary of project and conditions, and you can just go field by field that is being described into your PPM tool. The user also and the bot should be smart enough to, while you are reviewing information, you can apply even some governance. For example, I'm not allowed to edit a specific field. So when the user is reviewing his project information, it is even possible to identify items or informations of a project that are actually read-only, so they are locked. You probably need a change request in order to move further. This is a very, very important point because it's telling and informing the users what they can do on each one of their stages of their projects. How the users can actually manage their project deliverables or any item into the project site. A very good point is if I just ask create a new deliverable, the chatbot will connect with the deliverables in your project. And those deliverables has some requirements. So now the bot is smart enough to ask the user which type of the items there are required to create a new deliverable. So I'm just saying that a great Microsoft presentation, this is going to be my title for my deliverable. Then I have when it's going to start, it's going to be today, and when it's going to finish is also today. It's a milestone. You can review that deliverable and save that information. What is really amazing here is now the tool and the bot is smart enough to ask you for other items, or even ask you for if you want to actually add another deliverable. So if we just move a little bit further, just to show you here how it will look like if I don't add. So I'm saving my final deliverable now, and I don't want to add any other deliverable. The bot will even show you graphically how this is actually done. You can access those deliverables already into your PPM tool and see this information right into the chatbot. So the users always will have access to those deliverables in a very, very easy manner. If we actually would like to update our project KPIs, which is a very, very common task done by the project managers, how can this be less painful for the project managers? You just say update KPIs, which is actually following the right KPIs you have specified in your PPM tool. And now you can just say, I would like to update my scope status KPI. The bot should be smart enough to bring every KPI that is actually necessary with the options. So this is green, yellow, or red, and the user will just by clicking a very, very easy manner, no check-in, no check-out, just tell what is done, and even leave a comment to the PMO regarding that specific project. So my demo project is going pretty well. So this is a very, very nice way to help the project managers to update basic information. When you save this, actually now you can see a check mark in front of the status page telling you that the status has now been completed. How you can even allow project managers to manage the risks or issues. So they can actually just say update my risks or create new risk or manage risks. The same approach is done. The bot will go directly to the risk table in Project Online and will bring what is required for the user, or actually defined by the PMO, that are a requirement for creating a new risk. So in this case, I have a title, which is going to be connectivity issues during the presentation might be a risk. So I have, what is the probabilities? 20%. Today we have a very, very good internet everywhere in the world. And what is the impact if I have a bad connectivity? And what is really important is the bot is asking on a very, very sequential logic what is required to create a new risk. When I save that information, the bot can even ask, would you like to add a new risk or not? You can add a new risk, and the bot will actually allow you to save that information directly into the right place in your PPM tool. So now I'm going to say that the risk is going to be, if I just go further, I would like to show you here, these are the risk evaluations. So inside the bot, you are able to see all the risks created. You can access them directly from the bot and even see them into your PPM tool. There are those risks. If you move further, some of the things that we are actually allowing the users to do and the bots should facilitate for the project managers is to do some of their work like generating documents. So what I'm doing right now is actually generating a report. The bot knows that on this stage I can actually only generate status reports or project charters. So when I click project charter, it's automatically doing things on behind the scenes while I have also submitted my project to the next stage. Now, as you can see, the bot is already generated the project charter and is being showed into Project Online using Word. Your project charter automatically created. Imagine how many hours your users will be saving by just getting these documents done with one click. Now, a very, very simple task, which is just create a new task and assign to a resource. So I just say add a new task. And by the way, a status report was just generated, as you can see, but now I'm typing the name of my task. And this task is called Elaborate Risk Analysis. The task now, and just opening for you to see the status report, which is a more elaborate status report. If you just say Elaborate Risk Analysis, and you say when this task is going to start, you can just say maybe tomorrow, next week. What is happening now is there is a machine learning for task work prediction algorithm that is telling you that this type of task usually takes 42 hours. So the project manager who is creating that task can even use the 42 hours or overrule by 40 hours. Now I'm assigning that task to a user. So I'm selecting or searching for Alan Rocha. Now another algorithm called Resource Efficiency Prediction Algorithm is telling me that Alan Rocha usually on tasks of 40 hours takes 27 hours, and I can take that recommendation directly from the machine learning and the bot and get much better accurate information. Another example, if I just go and say workshop session, it's a new task, and the workshop session is going to be next week, which is actually telling me if I just say that this task has 0 hours, the bot is smart enough to identify that this is a milestone and is going to be added to your project schedule automatically. Another very, very nice example is an integration with Power BI. So what you can actually do, and actually bringing the data analytics for the user, you can just ask, I want to create a custom report. When you say that, the most common queries or questions asked by other users will also appear for you. So you can actually see here and ask, show me resource with most availability in the current month. Now connecting to the Power BI content pack, it's automatically generating a chart that is a perfect fit for this type of information, showing which resource has most availability into the current month. It's really, really amazing. If you go for a more complex question like show projects, costs, benefits, department, automatically is generating a scatter chart with bubbles with the size of the risks, and this information is using the Q&A data explorer in Power BI service. It's just a very, very smart way to connect those two words. The final demo that I'm going to be presenting now is actually how you can really generate or update your timesheet. So basically, what you can do is automatically say update my timesheet, and the bot will bring the predefined tasks to the users. Those predefined tasks can be easily updated using your mobile or any other communication channel. Not only that, but the bot can even ask for the remaining work. And the remaining work is now actually telling me that I'm still having 5 hours to finish this task, and I'm even giving a comment to my project manager regarding my timesheet update. And we all all know how difficult it is to update timesheets and make sure that we have very, very important and valuable and trustworthy information in our tool. This is a very, very simple way. And as you can see now, I'm looking at my timesheet in Project Online, and it's just updated with the 2 hours and also the 5 hours remaining for this. So I really hope you have seen some very, very real examples of how you can combine a chatbot with Microsoft PPM in Project Online. So just to finalize, I would like to really give you an overview of some of the benefits of using a Microsoft project management bot. So those benefits can go very, very long list, but first of all, it will really help organizations to drive more and better Project Online adoption. This is a very easy way to attract users to a tool because they actually are not afraid to use that tool. And that's bring me to the next benefit. It really reduces the resistance from the users by allowing them to use natural language to interact with their system. And remember, this can be applied to any system. It's not only for Project Online. This is all example. The entire session is about Project Online and a bot for project management. But imagine that the users, they can really not feel afraid of clicking something wrong. They actually don't need even a training because they can just go and ask with their natural language, and just learning, that bot will learn day after day how they can actually improve and make easier for the users. Which also brings me to the next benefit, by improving users' productivity by automating the execution of common and frequent tasks, like generating my documents, or maybe updating my tasks, or creating small tasks, or even generate or accessing a report. All of this, it's really improving the productivity of the users. If you just imagine how many hours a user needs to take to find the right template, to actually apply, copy and paste information from the system to create the perfect Word document. What if they could just ask those questions and automatically get the information into their hands? A very important point and a great benefit is actually you start improving the project data quality by ensuring 100% of project governance. And the reason is the user has no workaround. He needs to actually follow that process. So the bot will be guiding him. So you get much better data quality in your system. And this is a very, very important point where I hear a lot from my customers is sometimes they're afraid to introduce a new feature or a new specific competence. For example, they don't want to bother the users with risk management because they're afraid of the resistance. What if they can just add a new risk, and the PMO will get all this data in a very, very good manner, saved into the right location, the right project, and this will really improve the data quality. Another thing is you start improving project collaboration by providing access anywhere or any device. So if you are maybe on the go or you're in the train, you're actually able to use your mobile to just do your tasks. You can actually do everything in your PPM tool just by using that bot inside your mobile. It's a very, very powerful thing that is allowing them to really use this anywhere in any device. Of course, you are going to be also reducing investments on training by allowing the users to really interact with a system independently of the interface. You can just forget of training about how you can actually check in, check out, what is check in, what is check out, where I can create a new project. There's no need for that because the bot will handle most of this friction, all this resistance of this training of the hard new tool being implemented. It can be forgotten because now the users can really focus on asking the questions that are relevant for the project management. Another thing that you're going to be doing is actually saving users time by allowing them to work on something else while a big task is being processed in the background. Like I said, if you would like to just create a task and do something else, you don't need to go to your PPM tool, open your computer and check in, check out, and then save and publish. You don't need to do that. If you just count every time you open your project, you check in, check out, save and publish by just asking this to a bot, and the bot is going to be doing everything in the background, I can promise this will already be a very, very good reason for you to invest on having a bot in your organization. It improves user safety by providing verified knowledge base inside the system, like the project help for website. So instead of them just maybe clicking on a very risk link or maybe open something on their computer, the bot can ensure that all the knowledge base, for example, if I ask how to create a baseline, all this information can be directly into the bot in a safe area and actually provided by the PMO. It increased tool usage, or actually the system usage, by unifying several systems in one place. So imagine now that the users, they don't really care that they are really using Power BI, or maybe they're using OneDrive with Word. They will just be chatting with their chatbot. That's it. And the chatbot know exactly where this information should be placed and which system should be located, but the user does not really need to care about that. It will really improve the data trust and project accuracy by providing assertive recommendations using machine learning. And this is really, really important, because as much more you use the tool, more the tool and using the machine learning will learn. So actually, if you start seeing that how long takes to actually build a new interface for your system, or maybe to build a new tower for my company, this can actually be every day based on actual work from previous projects. It will get more and more accurate estimations. So your project, at some point, you know exactly with 100% of assertivity that that specific task of building a new foundation or new tower will take around maybe 60 days or something like that. It really helps the organization to reduce project failure by helping them to identify and predict issues on their projects. So even before a project is actually failing or having a problem, the tool using machine learning can actually recommend and alert either the user or the portfolio management office about that specific issue. So the machine learning is here not only to tell you things that you're asking, but also to recommend and being proactive regarding of issues that can happen in the future for you. And this list can really go far and far. It's a very, very big list, but I hope you got the idea of how you can really take advantage of combining a chatbot, machine learning, and project online in one word. This is the future of how people will be working with the projects from now on, and you really need to take attention of that. I would like to thank you all. We are actually almost out of time. So my name is Alan Rocha. Feel free to follow me and take a look at my website, alanrocha.com. We also have the proactive.dk and my blog, which I share a lot of information. There is a lot of important content about the PPM tool. Not forgetting about our sponsors. So thank you very much for all of our sponsors of the PVC or Project Virtual Conference. So I would like to if you have any questions, just write into the link or send us an email and we will be replying them as soon as we can. Thank you very much for the session. And like I said, I hope you got the feeling and the idea of how digital transformation is bringing more and more productivity to areas. It's really driving business transformation on every organization. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.